Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number three of my top and favorite 31 hard rock and heavy metal albums of the 80s. We've been counting down each and every day here in May 2023, 31 days in the month. My 31 favorites. Out of the hundreds and hundreds of great hard rock and metal albums that came out in the 80s, I have picked 31. This is my third favorite out of all of them. This particular album, sixth studio album from this band, released January 30th, 1984 in the UK, March 23rd, 84 in Japan, and April 16th, 84 here in North America. Recorded at Musicland in Munich, Germany. Produced by Martin Birch for Geffen and Warner Brothers here in North America and Japan, Liberty, and the rest of the world. I'm talking about Slide It In by Whitesnake. Yes, many of you are saying, wow, Pete, Slide It In, Gary Joyce, I know you called it a couple days ago. Slide It In has finally surpassed the Whitesnake 87 album as your favorite Whitesnake album. Yes, indeed, it has. This has been coming on for a number of years. You know, I always loved Slide It In. Loved it since it came out. But the 87 album, the self-titled 87 album, is the one that kind of had my heart for many, many years, decades, I would say. But the last few years, I've started to... this is the Whitesnake album I generally reach for more than any other. I still love them all, right? The early ones are great. I love them all. Still love the 87 album a lot. Obviously, it was number 5 on my list. But to me, this is the quintessential Whitesnake album. And again, so for those of you watching from maybe over in Europe, you have a preference for your release. I have a preference for mine, right? Because you have basically two different albums, right? You got kind of two different lineups appearing on each one. The track list is different, right? But this is the one that I have always known. So it's the U.S. one that has always been it for me. And of course, you know, the lineup for this particular album is Mr. David Coverdale on lead vocals, Mel Galley and John Sykes on guitars, right? John Sykes, basically Mickey Moody was the guy who was on the UK version along with Mel Galley. So basically what they did for the US version is they added some Sykes muscle in there, right? And made it more of like kind of like a US based sound. That's what Coverdale was going for at the time. The UK version had Colin Hodgkinson on bass. Here in the US, we had Neil Murray, Cozy Powell on drums, John Lord on keyboards, right? Great stuff here. So again, I'm going to go through the track listing based on the US release because that's the one that I know and love. Slide It In, the title track starts it off. Excellent, excellent song. Good hard rocker, slow and easy, tremendous bluesy kind of Zeppelin-y number. I remember the first time I heard that song on the radio, I was like transfixed, just absolutely love it. Love Ain't No Stranger, one of their great, great anthems from this time period. All or Nothing, heavy, fast-charging, bluesy hard rock. Gambler, tremendous song. Gambler is absolutely, absolutely tremendous. And again, that's kind of very bluesy and just, I really love the production of Martin Birch on this album. It's terrific. Over on side 2 of the vinyl, you got Guilty of Love, which is a big kind of hooky hard rock song, right? Fast-paced, very melodic. Hungry for Love is a little more groovy, a little more grinding, right? Another great song. Give Me More Time, killer chorus on that. Spit It Out is the snarling rocker on here, and probably the song I think that really works with the added thump from John Sykes. He had some kind of like pinch harmonics and things in there, and I think that's one of the heaviest songs on the album. And then the great Standing in the Shadow, right? So memorable. What a vocal from Coverdale on this. I mean, you know, the whole band is just firing on all cylinders here. Cozy sounds great on here. Coverdale, arguably one of Coverdale's great vocal performances on this album. Just one great song after another. There's not a weak song on this album at all. I just love it, love it, love it. And it stood the test of time for me big time. And it's even grown more in favor as the years have gone on. All right, chart positions here. We've got in Finland, it's made it to number 4. Germany, number 14. Japan, number 24. New Zealand, 46. Norway, 11. Sweden, 12. Switzerland, 12. UK, number 9. And the US Billboard Top 200 albums made it to number 40. The reissue of this album made it to number 37 on the Hungarian charts. And as far as like certifications go, Canada, this is a platinum album, 100,000 copies sold. Japan, gold, 100,000 copies sold. Sweden, gold, 50,000. And the United States, double platinum, 2 million copies sold, although it is listed that this album overall worldwide over the years has sold about 6 million copies, so which is pretty big, right? So that is my pick for today. Pick number 3. Slide It In by Whitesnake. Only 2 more to go before we move into my favorite prog albums, my favorite 30 prog albums of the 70s, starting on June 1st, which I believe is, Thursday. So you'll get my number 2 tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. We'll get in the proxy coming up at you tomorrow. Happy Memorial Day to everybody here in the United States who are celebrating. So we got a little day off in remembrance of all sorts of great things about our country. So that's today. So enjoy your day off and keep those positive thoughts going, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow with pick number 2 here on my 31 favorite hard rock and heavy metal albums of the 80s. I am Pete Pardo. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, we got below the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all that. And I'll see you real soon here on the channel. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.